Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Got a little something interesting here. Let me start playing this one moment. All right, well, okay, so a guy had called TRev757's channel back on the, correct me if I'm wrong, December 14th. This person called Mel's show 3 weeks ago, which I believe was the end of the first week of December. So I think this call came first around the 7th. I'll have to go back and look at the date. But anyway, so they called this show, and then this or another man called T-Revs on it was either the 12th or the 14th. So I'm going to play them back and forth here because to me, it sounds like the same person. And before anybody says anything, no, Dave has not come forward. The person who said that his name was Dave, and when T-Rev pulled up the phone number, it said Dave Morse from Utah. However, that's all they've gotten, and he has left numerous messages, texts, voicemails, all that. And the guy has not responded to anything. And he had told him he was a new subscriber. Wouldn't he know that, like, everybody's looking for him? But he's sure, when I was looking back on these audios, I was like, this is really weird. It sounds kind of like the same guy. So let me play both of them, and you tell me what you think. So since this call came first to Mills, I'm going to record his first here.
Welcome.
Yeah, I just had a question kind of mainly for you, a couple of them. Do you ever consider the fact or think about while you're doing these live shows, is the killer out there? Is he watching? Yeah, they're probably like, you're wrong. Yeah, you're right, but you're never going to find out.
Yeah. I really wouldn't be surprised, man.
People, but if my other question for you was, if you could just imagine that he was watching right now, what's the one thing you would say to him? Yeah, they're probably like, you're wrong.
Are you the killer?
No. That would that's a pretty gruesome crowd there, but
yeah.
I'm not sure if my name came up on your caller ID, but I go by a vulgar name in their chat room. SB. Might be able to figure. I'll chat when I get back on.
All right, SB.
What? First name starts with an S, last name B.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's vulgar, so I don't want to say it in the chat room.
All right, man. Well, thank you for calling, man. Appreciate it.
You have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.
All right, now I will play and record as much of just the man's voice on T-Revs. Trying to leave out the creators so we can just focus on the man's voice.
I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members. And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it? And I just wonder if maybe this is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself. Yeah. And I know that's the thing that just like maybe people say, interesting conversation, but like just in my head, it's like, it's always been these dudes that were in the fraternity. And so it makes me wonder if it's a thing that's in their like culture, that they ask to see how smart you are and whatever, and what kind of answer you come up with, and someone took it too far. Well, yeah, man. I like horror movies and all that kind of stuff, and I'll watch those kind of things. But like when someone like in person says some stuff like that, it's kind of like jarring.
Okay, now I'm going to play a little bit of each man. I'll go back and forth between Icked Mills and T-Rex. Kind of put them a little closer together now. One after the other, try to mix them up a little bit and see if it sounds like the same person.
Yeah, I just had a question kind of mainly for you, a couple of them. Do you ever consider the fact or think about, while you're doing these live shows, is the killer out there? Is he watching?
I live in a college town, and I've worked with probably at least 10 Sigma Chi members. And, you know, the one thing that every single one of them I feel like has asked me is, if you were going to kill somebody, how would you get away with it?
Mm-hmm.
If my other question for you was, if you could just imagine that he was watching right now, what's the one thing you would say to him?
I just wonder if maybe this is nothing more than some kid in a fraternity trying to prove himself.
All right, guys. So, honest opinion, are these two calls with the same man or different man? What do you think? And if it's not the same man, then whoever called in to Icked Mills' show and said that his name was SB, a vulgar name, so he didn't want to say it. I mean, what was it? Sweaty balls? I don't get it. But if you're out there, then let me know. Let yourself be known that you are out there, right? And tell us if you were this guy, this other guy. Did you also call T-Revs? Because that person said their name was Dave. And nobody has heard from him since. So, will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Let us know what's up, because a lot of people are really confused about these phone calls, and we just want to know, like, did this alleged, because we have to say that, did this alleged killer Bryan Kohberger really call into shows on YouTube and speak with creators? Did he really go into chats and speak with viewers like us, subscribers and creators? It's insane. And it's creepy. And it's a stark reminder that we need to all guard our privacy. Do not put your real names out there. Do not put your locations out there. Don't talk about your kids. Don't put your children on camera. Don't put your young girls on camera. Stop being stupid. I see it all the time. But I'm not going to go there right now. Tell me what you think about these voices. Back it up a little bit. Listen again. Mix it up. Skip around. I did try to just do the voices. So, go back a couple of minutes, go forward a few minutes, play with it a little bit. And I mean, when I'm listening and I had my earbuds on, the way he lowers and raises his voice, the tone, the little bit of a tiny bit of gravel, a little bit of a rasp, almost the way they laughed was very similar. It was just a little creepy for me, but tell me what you think. I try not to make my videos too long, so I'm going to stop it now, and you let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching.